Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back for another episode of NBA Trade Rumors 2015 for May 2015 on this day, May 18th, 2015. Happy Victoria Day, everybody in Canada. How's it going, man? It's good to be back. You know, the NBA playoffs have been really fun to watch. There's no doubt in my mind. James Harden stepped his game up. He proved that to everybody that he can play at the highest level, like Tracy McGrady back in the day. You know, he can defend and he can shoot with the best of them. He might not be the greatest at handling the ball in terms of dribbling and stuff like that, but you know, you got to give it to James. I mean, James is one of the best ever. He does it stern, you know. You know, fear the beard. Now he's become the chef. You know, he's like Chef Ordy. He just makes it happen. You know, James Harden's worked very, very hard to be one of the best players in the league, and he plays really hard. You know, in terms of he takes thousands of shots. He plays hard in the summer. I mean, most players have a summer off in the summer. He's working out. He's working on his shot. He's working on his defense. And that's what you got to do to become the best. Dwight Howard's played amazing. Josh Smith has found his game again. He's resurrected his career. It's absolutely amazing what he has done. The same thing for Trevor Ariza. Here's another guy that has all the tools, all the skills in the world to be one of the best players in the world. But sometimes he just doesn't show up every night. But these great role players like Josh Smith, Trevor Ariza, Pertrioni, another big reason why they came back from 3-1 down to beat the Clippers. Do they have a chance against the Golden State Warriors? Absolutely. I think this game could go 7 games. I think when you're looking at the Houston Rockets and looking at the Golden State Warriors, the Rockets have a little bit more experience than the Golden State Warriors. But the Warriors, man, they made easy work of the Memphis Grizzlies. I thought Memphis could have beat them, but, you know, I was wrong again. I mean, they just have so much guys that can shoot, that can run, they can catch, and their defense is very, very good. Andrew Bogut just gives them that extra little bit of something, you know, Draymond Green having a career year, you know. It's amazing to see what these guys have done in the National Basketball Association. And, you know, in terms of some news that I've been hearing recently, over the last couple of weeks, last couple of months, there's been talk of LaMarcus Aldridge going to probably be leaving Portland. There's been talk recently that I heard one rumor yesterday. I was checking out some rumors and stuff, that there was a rumor that he would sign almost like a sign and trade. He'd get traded to the Los Angeles Clippers for Blake Griffin and a package of basketballs or some players and stuff, and some picks for LaMarcus Aldridge. That's just a rumor. I don't think it's going to happen. There's talk LaMarcus Aldridge is probably going to go to San Antonio, the Dallas Mavericks, maybe the Cleveland Cavaliers if Kevin Love doesn't re-sign with them. There's even the Los Angeles Lakers. They're definitely interested in LaMarcus Aldridge. They're interested in Kevin Love. They're interested in a lot of players. The Knicks are definitely interested in LaMarcus Aldridge, but I don't think he's going to go there. They've been a perennial loser the last few years, so I don't think he'll go there. I think it's more likely Kevin Love ends up with the Knicks. The Lakers probably end up with another star player, maybe DeAndre Jordan. They scoop him from either DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan probably goes back to the Clippers, the Lakers, or he ends up with Dallas. I think he's probably going to go home. He's going to go to Dallas. That's the latest on Jordan. I wouldn't be surprised if he re-signs with the Clippers or he goes to the Dallas Mavericks. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes there. It's kind of time for a change for Jordan. I mean, he's done everything he could possibly do for the Clippers. I think it's just time for a change. You know, sometimes you got to change some parts. Same thing with Blake Griffin. I just don't think he can handle the pressure. You got to put him on a market where he doesn't have all the pressure in the world to be the best player on his team most nights. You know, he has Chris Paul, but most nights he has to be the best player defensively and offensively. He has to carry his team, and I've seen in this series that I think he needs a change of scenery. No doubt. And tomorrow is the draft lottery. I mean, it's going to be pretty interesting. Philadelphia has a good chance of getting the number 1 pick. the New York Knicks have a good chance of getting a number one pick. I mean, it could go either way, folks. I mean, this is what we love about the National Basketball Association and in any sport, the draft. I mean, the draft's always good. It builds your team for the future. You can always become a great team through the draft, or you can become one of the worst teams through the draft. Just look at the 76ers. They've been tanking for so long. Hopefully they don't tank anymore. They get the point guard they need, and they can build from there. I think Embiid is going to be healthy next year. They're going to be a tough team next year. They kind of remind me of the Milwaukee Bucks. That's what they're going to be like. They're going to be like Milwaukee, but with one of the best future centers in the history of the game in Embiid. The next Hakeem Olajuwon. He'll be better than Hasheem Thabeet. There's no doubt. He is one of the best athletes out there. So, they're a team you have to watch out for. I think Timberwolves will be tough next year. They won't lose as many games as they lost this year. I think they'll win a few more games. They're going to get a top pick, no doubt about it. Don't be surprised if Karl Anthony Townsend ends up going to Minnesota. He'll probably be number one pick overall. So I think Minnesota will get the number one pick. The Knicks will get the third pick overall. Philadelphia will get the second pick. The Lakers will get the fourth pick. And it goes down after that. But that's what I feel is going to happen tomorrow in terms of the draft lottery. But that's not until late June. And right now we got to focus on the Eastern and the Western Conference final. So, you're looking at the Eastern final, the Cleveland Cavaliers against none other than my Atlanta Hawks. I picked them to win the whole thing this year. And, boy, I might be right. Jeff Teague and those guys have played amazing. The Washington Wizards gave it everything they had. Paul Pierce shot just didn't make it at the right time. But at the end of the day, you can only make so many shots. You have to have a little bit of luck on your side. This time around, he didn't have the luck. Hopefully, Paul Pierce comes back for the Wizards for one more year and gives it another crack, try to win a championship. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind. From what I hear, Kevin Durant definitely is going to go back to Washington. It's either Washington, the Knicks, Orlando Magic, the Miami Heat. Those are the teams he probably will go to. Even the Lakers. Even the Lakers he might go to. But it's more likely he'll go to Washington. That's where he grew up. That was the team he grew up cheering for. And there's no doubt what they've done in this playoffs will make him a believer. And myself, as an analyst and as a giant fan of the NBA over the years, YouTube aficionado or whatever, I've been watching basketball for years. I've been playing basketball since I was like 15, 12 years old. So, there's no doubt in my mind that basketball is a game that everybody loves to play. And it doesn't matter what country you're from, what nationality, you can always just pick up a basketball, just have a pair of sneakers and just go out there and show what you got. Basketball is a game for everybody. And it's always fun. You can just shoot around and have a game of 3-on-3, 1-on-1. It's not that hard. And it's always fun to talk some hoops. And there's no doubt Kevin Durant would be a good fit for the Washington Wizards in a few years. I don't know if he'll go there. It's up in the air. All the analysts on ESPN, TNT, Fox Sports, you name it. All these media outlets are all saying he's gonna go to Washington. So they might get their wish, and I hope he does go to Washington. But it'd be good if he stayed with the Thunders. But he's been there, done that. I don't think Donovan's a perfect piece for the Thunder. I think they should have got Kevin Ollie, because if they would have got Kevin Ollie, I guarantee you Durant would have resigned long term, because him and Kevin Ollie are real close, and that would have made sense. But they don't make things sense in Oklahoma City. And what I have to say about the Monty Williams firing, I was kind of shocked. Monty Williams has done a pretty good job with that team. Ever since they were the New Orleans Hornets and now they became the New Orleans Pelicans, Monty Williams was with that team. And, it's kind of funny that they fire him. They make the playoffs very, very tough to do. But from what I'm hearing, they're definitely going to try to acquire Tom Thibodeau. And if they can't get Thibodeau, it looks like they'll probably bring in Scott Brooks, the former head coach of the Thunder. And there's even talk of John Calipari and Rick Pitino. That's just rumors. We'll have to see if that actually happens. I doubt it will, folks. But let me tell you, you never know. Well, enjoy your Western Conference final. It's going to be good between Golden State and the Rockets and the Cleveland Cavaliers. and the Atlanta Hawks. That should be another classic. I mean, LeBron James is a little hurt, so is Kyrie Irving, but it should be an interesting series. I think the fans are going to enjoy this series. Most of the series in the playoffs have been excellent. It's been awesome. You don't always have to have the biggest names, the biggest name teams to have a great playoffs. Basketball is for everybody. It's not always about the Lakers, the Boston Celtics, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Philadelphia 76ers, the New York Knicks, San Antonio Spurs. Sometimes you can have other teams win championships and people will still watch it. It's not always about ratings, folks. It's about the love of the game. And that's what Adam Silver and everybody at the NBA head office has got to realize. Basketball's for everybody. And that's how you build a great brand, and that's how the NBA will expand around the world and become number one once again. And people loving it like they used to. You got to build new stars. You got to build new teams. And you look at Stephen Curry, he's your new MVP. James Harden, these guys were late picks. They weren't flashy or anything. Nobody really wanted these guys. And when they got drafted, wow, they turned out to be something special. It's not always about the 7-footer, the superstar point guard that has all the tools, all the athletic ability. Sometimes it's a player that plays a big heart, has an ability to shoot, has the ability to, shoot a three-pointer, can defend, might not have the greatest tools to score or whatever. Sometimes you got to go with the other pick. I mean, look at Russell Westbrook. He's another guy. Everyone thought he would be nothing in the NBA. This guy's coming out hitting 30 points, 40-point games. It's absolutely phenomenal. That's all I got to say, folks. Thanks for watching, folks. For May 18, 2015, this is the one and only Mark Spencer for NBA Trade Rumors Playoff Edition. We'll see you in the future. Peace.